For my first trip of the year, I flew to Gainesville, Florida. I had a layover in the Atlanta airport where I spent over 6 hours just working, so I did not have to take a vacation day. And I waited for my sister Kelly to meet me there so we could fly to Gainesville together. Little did we know that the weather was going to delay us. So I've made it to Gainesville. I flew from Nashville to Atlanta. Kelly flew from Huntsville to Atlanta, and then we took the same flight from Atlanta to Gainesville. However, our Atlanta flight was extremely delayed because there was a huge storm that passed through the south, hit Alabama first, and then made its way to Georgia. And there was about, 22 tornadoes that touched down in Alabama? Yes.
I flew through that storm.
Kelly flew through that storm.
No, Kelly went from her closet to the airplane.
Yeah, Kelly went from her closet from the tornado warning to the airplane, and their flight got rerouted. So it would have been a 40-minute flight from Huntsville to Atlanta. It took her about an hour and a half because they had to fly north up to Knoxville, Tennessee to try to fly over the storm. So it was a long day of travel, to say the least. We were delayed about 3 hours when we were in Atlanta, and then finally we're able to make it to Gainesville. So now we're just on a walk, enjoying the sunshine. Back from our walk, showered, got ready. That walk felt so good after being cooped up in the airport due to those massive storms. Just so crazy. Felt good just to go stretch out the legs on a walk this morning, though the temperatures were much, much cooler than I was anticipating. Like, you go to Florida because you think it's going to be warmer. The leading up to our trip to Florida, the temperatures here were in the 70s, and after we leave, the temperatures will be in the 70s. But for the weekend that we're here, it's going to be in the mid 50s, so a little bit chillier than I really wanted it to be, but I packed some layers, it'll be fine. I think today we're just gonna run some errands with our grandma, help her fix some things around the house, help her take down her Christmas decorations and all that. Got home from dinner. We went and had Japanese for dinner, and it was so good. But now we're all getting into our pajamas, getting comfy because we're gonna watch a movie on Netflix. And I was searching through my grandma's Netflix, and she has a whole bunch of crime murder mysteries that are recommended for her top picks. And it's like, Grandma, what have you been watching that is what Netflix is recommending for you? But I guess it runs in the family because I love murder mysteries and crime documentaries, so I guess I inherited that from my grandma. But we're gonna just hang in for the evening and watch a movie and have a relaxing night. Just got done walking through the trails through the neighborhood, and Callie and I are finishing up getting ready. Put my shoes on now, but we're gonna go to the mall with our grandma, which should be fun and interesting. So, fun little backstory. After I graduated college in 2009, which was still kind of the height of the Great Recession back then, I moved to Florida for a couple months just to stay with my grandma and kind of decide what I wanted to do after college, where I wanted to live, and all of those things. So in the meantime of searching for a job, or a career path at least, I got a job at the department store Belk at the mall here in Gainesville, and just to get some more income coming in until I found an actual job. And funny story, the store manager of Belk back when I worked there in 2009, I believe is now the store manager of the grocery store Publix just down the road where my grandma goes grocery shopping, and we ran into him yesterday going grocery shopping. So it's kind of like when you go back to your hometown after being away and you start running into all the people you knew in high school. It's kind of what it felt like going grocery shopping, running into people that I knew back when I was here for that short little while. So a little awkward. So that happened. Anyway, last night we went to a Japanese steakhouse and it was so delicious. We did get our grandma to try sushi for the first time. Well, I say sushi, I use that term loosely because we started her on the entry-level California roll and she really liked that, so that was a big win to get her to try that, and we're gonna see what adventurous things we could get her to try today. It's definitely weird. I haven't been back into the store in those 14 years, so it's so weird. You spend a good chunk of time consistently going to a certain place for work and then coming back after so many years. Such a weird feeling, but interesting. Didn't get anything at that store. It seemed a little run down. Is it just me, or are the stores in most malls becoming more and more run down almost? I don't know, maybe it's just that store, but did get a little sweatshirt at Loft. So got a white sweatshirt that I may regret the purchase because it seems like there are so many little lint or fuzz balls floating around. So hopefully after I wash it a couple of times, those will go away. But other than that, it was really pretty. But the problem with these sweaters are those darn lint balls. They're just like everywhere. See? Lint balls everywhere. After a weekend of helping my grandma with some of her chores around the house and then just catching up and laughing, Kelly and I are heading back to the airport today. So it was just a short little weekend here in Gainesville, Florida. That's it for my trip to Florida. I'll see you in the next video.